Hello, bienvenue and willkommen to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. It's another day, it's another set of jobs, it's Car Mechanic Simulator. What did you expect? Simulating being a car mechanic. Let's take a long and tedious looking job, because we're all about the fun. For those of you who watch... Oh my Christ. Sorry. For those of you who watch more frequently, you may know that we've recently done up another auction car. There is actually a car in the auction, in my parking, that I bought from the auction place and haven't done up yet. Yeah, the Mayan M6. Yeah, I thought I had one of those. I think that's the estate, long-backed car. I don't know if they have estate cars in other countries, or that anyone from another country is watching. So why bother? Anyway, on with this brown car. Lovely colour. Yeah, oh my Christ, it's got more tabs than something with many tabs. Okay, let's start off by seeing if we can stick it in the path test. Usually it's too broken to do that. Yeah, what a surprise. That's making the path test completely pointless. So, onwards with other tests we can do, such as this test, which does the things this test does. Yeah. And that tells us some of these things are broken. Look, 78% is yellow. I don't know what the threshold for this car is. 77, so that's quite close. Alright, next test is the blowing test. That's right. Etc. There we go. We see how many bars that's got. It's got no bars. And finally, it's the random number test. You have to excuse me, I'm a bit blocked up today. There we go, there's some random numbers, and that tells us that nothing else is a problem. So we can see some issues already, and on we go. Engine power has failed. Knocking noises, probably timing, filters, running gear, that's all the suspension. Car feels loose might be the same. Brake problems are relatively straightforward, and body parts are straightforward. So let's get in there. It looks like the manifold under here is knackered, so let's get this off. Let's just remove that straight away. And on we go. You can see a dodgy looking bushing there. I can't get at that. Right. You can see the brake systems are knackered as well. Well, the engine compartment braking parts, which are the ABS modules, so it pumps up its chest muscles. Filters, oh yeah, filters need changing, so I should do this one as well. That's right, that's the Bullseye theme tune. No, I do not know why. Fuel rail. Oh, that's right, that comes off first. Oh, many bolts. All of the bolts. Where's the fuel filter? I thought it was around here somewhere. I've already taken it off, maybe. Right, timing. Timing's on this side, so I'm going to go right ahead and assume that some of the timing is an issue due to the knocking noise it talked about. Could be something else, obviously. But it's usually like a water pump or a timing issue. It all seems fine over here, though, to be fair. Let's see what happens under the timing cover. Threshold is 78%. Yeah, this all looks fine as well. So what's the belt? Belt's at 84, 82, and 87. So that's all fine, that stuff. Well, I might have to go deeper into the engine, so I won't put them back on yet. Okay, well I saw that some of the ignition coils were duff, so I have to take all these out anyway. And it might be that the spark plugs are a bit damaged, I don't know. Exhaust manifold. Oh right, knocking noises from the engine. I didn't think about the exhaust, of course. Is there more exhaust problems? No. Oh, there's a lot of suspension issues. So I'm not quite sure where these other knocking noises from the engine will come from. Battery's fine. guess we could go deeper into the engine and have a look. Don't know if we can examine these now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they seem okay. I'm not sure how much worth it is going further in. Did I test the pistons? One of those tests I did at the start, I'm sure I tested the pistons. Oh, on mode. Oh well, I might as well just go deeper in as we've got this far. So that all seems fine. So unless there's something else underneath in the cam crankshafty area. Can't examine that from here. Although it looks green. Look, the pistons are green. I'm not sure what else might be the problem. There is the chance that there's one of the things that holds the crankshaft on is knackered. But I think I'm missing a trick here. I think I'm going the wrong route. But I've kind of gone so deep in that I don't really know what else to do. Oh, it's not even on a... or even on a lifter. So, let's continue. Might as well have stripped half the engine out. It'd be daft not to continue. You know, without actually knowing what I'm doing. So, let's drain the oil. Oh, we get to see it go into the thing. Look. Bloop, 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 bloop. Don't usually get to see that. It's a fixed perspective at this point. Oh, there we go. Stick it next to the turbos. Oh, took the oil filter off, which actually do need to do. It's completely accidental. Okay, so one oil pan. Let's go back into view mode. So these are the things I'm here to check out now. Yeah, red. There we go. So it was worth doing this. One of them is dead. Let's test this other one. It might be both of these. No, just one of them. Well, it's a long way to come for one crankshaft bearing, but it was required. Now, it's interesting, so I don't know what else... knocking noises from engine bay. I mean, it's from the engine bay, it's not from anywhere else. Oop. Oh, maybe it's the fan. I haven't tried the fan. Let's put the car back down again. It's hard to see the bad parts against this lovely, lovely colour. What was that? I thought it was a bit of brown. Oh, it's the alternator coil. So 79% unknown. Let's have to take the radiator off first. The fan even. Radiator is at 82%. So yeah, they're fine. Battery was fine. Gearbox doesn't make knocking noises, does it? Does it? Does it? I don't know the condition of the power steering pump. Let's try that. That looks fine, but you never know. 82%. Alternator was fine, I believe. 84%. Brake servo, 84%. Clutching at straws. Well, okay, well I haven't checked the gearbox, I guess. I mean, you know, it's potential chance of nonsense. I have to take all the wheels off anyway to get to the suspension and the brake gump, so this is something that has to be done. Look at all this. You never know, some of this might overlap. It seems extraordinarily unlikely, but if I take off all this stuff, you might have discovered the problem. I mean, you know, it's wishful thinking, positivity and all that jazz. I have to take off the sway bars. It's quite deep, this issues with the suspension and the running gear, so I have to take off this, yeah, okay. I always think the spring will come off before the shock absorber. In fact, I can leave the spring there. Let's take that off from underneath. Steering rack needs the other side removed. There's not a hub section to take out. Oh, there is, but I can't take it out yet. Alright then. Good. T-ho, etc. Brakes. Yeah, off you come. Off you come. There we go. Take off the parts we can remove, and the ties, and then we can get the steering rack from underneath. Okay, so that's as much done. I can't remove this. I could remove the axle. There we go. Then I can remove this hub. Okay, there we go. It all starts coming apart now. And now we need to get underneath. Yeah, okay. So I can still do a little bit more on this side. I thought there was more I could do. Yeah, axle. I should have the brake disc on, for goodness sake. That wasn't helping. Okay, so that's everything removed that we can remove without putting the car up on its end. Was there any more of these horrible rubber bushings to replace? Not obviously. Are we on the other side of the engine? Why isn't it moving when I click? So it's because I'm in the wheel, not in the engine bay. Rubber bushings look fine here. Let's double check the list. I haven't magically found another engine noise knocking thing. Indeed. I'm not sure there's much else. I mean, there's no point, I don't think, taking any of this stuff off. I can take these out, can't I? The engine block itself is green. Oh yeah, I'm still testing the gearbox effectively. So let's do that. Let's get it up as well. We need to get it up to get rid of the rest of the suspension-y parts. That's their official term, suspension-y parts. Oh, let's undo all the bolts. That'll help. Right, so that's all the brown off this side. Get the sway bar and the steering rack. And this side, same thing. Get rid of the lower suspension arm and the knuckle. Alright, so now we can... oh, that's a point. Has this been examined at all? No. That's fine. Let's see. It might well be that the clutch could, you know, someone's dropped a pound coin in here and it's rattling around. It all looks perfectly fine. 78%, it's right on the cusp, but that's fine. And a crankshaft, which is fine. We've already checked, haven't we? Crankshaft 84%. So there isn't anything left in the engine. I've taken all the engine parts out. Oh! Ha! It was the steering rack. Oh my goodness. Okay, mystery solved. Steering rack can cause that. Who knew? As well as the fact it doesn't actually look in any way corroded or, you know, what have you. Whatever. Alright, so the suspension at the back looks a lot less chewed up, spat out by a large monster. Oh, there's a bushing that wants to come out. So we're almost on top of this one, just got to sort out the final corner, get the brakes and suspension sorted out, and then we're, whoops, didn't do that bit, and then we're on a reverse fix course. Now this is a bit more complicated. I might have to take out some extra bits. Oh, there we go. There's a shock absorber, and that suspension arm, upper suspension arm, all comes out, good. Oh, and this is the sway bar as well. Look. I think that's all of it. Bushings look okay. Oh, you can't check from underneath. It's a bit irritating. Everything else looks fine. So we can always double check. Got all those. Got all those. Got all those. Ooh, it's probably a rubber bushing. Right headlight, seriously? Let's just take that off now. But there is a suspension-y part that's going to be easier to see when it's down. Get down, boy. Right. Well, there's virtually no suspension out the front, so it's probably at the back. There it is. Let's double check. No. Oh, did I do that too quickly? Yes, I did. A little bit too eager. Right, that's not a filter. I keep thinking that's a filter, but it's a pump. Right. So we bring the list up, and then we start purchasing things. Alright, car part shop, air filter, yes. Fuel rail DI and 3 ignition coils. Fuel rail DI. Fuel rail DI and some ignition coils. Okay. Knocking noise from engine crankshaft bearing cap. Crankshaft bearing cap. Exhaust manifold and steering rack. Exhaust manifold generic. And what was it? Something down the bottom. Steering rack, of course. Steering rack. Which won't be an engine, of course. Steering rack. There we go. Okay. Filters. So we bought an air filter. We need a fuel filter. F for fuel filter. And O for oil filter. Which flavour do we want? I4, of course. I4, right, and then all of these. Front shock absorber cap. Front shock absorber cap. Front steering knuckle A times 2 and a front sway bar. Front sway bar. An inner tie rod, lower suspension arm. Inner tie rod, lower suspension arm. Outer tie rod, rear shock absorber A. Outer tie rod, rear shock absorber A. Rear spring, rear suspension arm. Rear spring, rear suspension arm. Rear suspension upper arm, 4 rubber bushings. Rear suspension upper arm. I'm going to say it like that as well. Let's remember. Rubber bushing. 2, 3, 4. Sway bar front end link A times 2. Sway bar front end link A times 2. A sway bar rear end link and 2 wheel hub bearings. Sway bar rear end link and 2 wheel hub bearings. Alright. And then we may or may not need the inner tie rod and outer tie rod because sometimes it makes you buy an extra one. I know. 30, look at that, $30 and 21 extra dollar. A steering rack, and I'm pretty certain I've already bought a steering rack, and these I'm not going to buy any of those problems, right? Right, brakes. So I need an ABS module, an ABS pump. I know it's ABS, fuck off. Brake calipers times 3. Brake disc ventilator, it's the wrong way around, don't get confused like I always do. Brake pads times 3. No, 3. And then fixed body parts. Bright headlight. Go on, why not? I even remember what it is. It's a Katsukutsu Mitsumori. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Oh yeah, there is it. Katagiri Katsumoto. All the K's. KZK. Katagiri Katsumoto. Yes, front bright headlights. Awesome. All parts purchased, apart from some of them that might have been repeated that I haven't bought yet because they might not have needed to. And now we go fixie. That's the technical terminology for it, I think. Fixie wixie. Alright, let's Okay, that's not very helpful. I reckon we put the rear tyre on that side already. Go on then. It shows that we think we've finished that corner. Oh, every time I see the colour of this car, it kind of makes it's like the brown note, but in visual form. It is kind of inducing my body, saying, "Oh, there's something we need to do." If you could just not worry about it for a little while, Mr. Body, that'd be awesome. Right, so upper suspension arm. Yeah, and then there's the sway bar in here somewhere. That's right then, briefly. Let's go around the other side, it'll be slightly easier to see. That's not right. Sway bar rear end link. Okay, missing one of them. Running gear, sway bar rear end link. Sway bar rear end link. You know what I didn't do? I didn't try fixing all the parts for exciting fixiness. So that's a thing, exciting fixiness. Oh yeah, I remember. A little hubcap, and then we can put a wheel on. Oh yeah. Well, just because I've remembered, let's go briefly and have a pointless flap at this, because I've already bought everything, so it's all a bit meaningless. But it means when I come to sell the parts, or if I haven't bought a particular part I do need, I might have already fixed the other part. Another note for this kind of... I don't like this mechanic at all, but you know, we can only push it up to 90%, but why not make it expensive, or the same expense now, to push it up an extra 1 to 9%? So you could... We've bought 10% time up till now, so a skill point cost gave us an extra 10% chance of repair up to this 90% ceiling. Why not now allow us to buy an extra 1%, so we could buy an extra 9 upgrades to get up to 99%? Yeah, what else are we spending our bloody experience on, you know? And it's a bit arbitrary that you can get it to a certain point and then no further. I appreciate it would be a bit weird to be able to fix everything, but... You know, it's a simulator, it's a bit weird anyway. Right, so we've done the rear corners. We might need to lift it up to do some of the stuff we need to do on this side, so let's just do that anyway. Yeah. I was going to add on to that, but nope. So I've got a knuckle. See, we've got all these, we've got a ludicrous amount of parts now that have fixed all the other bits. Ludicrous, I tell you. Not the wrapper, no. And then we can also add the sway bar, the steering rack. Okay, shock absorber cap. What else are we missing here? Oh yeah, tie rod, bolt, sway bar. Okay, that should be wheel worthy. No, missed something. Ah yes, the brakes. They're relatively important, I guess. People like to slow down for some reason. Ah, and there's a little hub bearing to go in there. Now, whilst part of me isn't surprised that I can't fix the wheel on, so I've actually forgotten something, the rest of me is surprised because I don't know what it is. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Let's put the clutch back together while we're here. Oh, that's not the part we want. Oh, that's broke that. That was a horrible bit of clutch plate. Did I break the clutch plate in my vague attempt? I see. So that was a part that didn't require fixing. That because I was just going through and fixing everything, I fixed it in inverted commas, but I actually broke it. So there we go. So I have actually shafted myself ever so slightly. I say that. I mean, obviously I'll make up the money in the parts that I fixed that I don't need and I can sell, but slightly frustrating. Whatever. Alright, so that's the gearbox all back together again. Let's drive shaft on. Ah, of course, the axles. Of course, that's why I had to put the gearbox back together. There's something telling me that that was what I needed to do. Listen to your instincts. If you can hear them, you know, over the instincts that you have to ignore. You don't say follow your instincts, because half of them are fucking rubbish. Because we're brought up in a stupid society that says things like eat sugar. Oh, I've got an instinct I should eat some sugar. That's not a good instinct. But the instinct that says you should do other things, that might be good. Hey! Decision making. Everyone's favourite thing. No, that's no good. So I've broken the other one of them as well. Or didn't buy one possibly. That's the word I've chosen to use. So on your lower suspension arm. Lower suspension arm. Ooh. There she goes. Lower suspension arm, and then we've got some. What have we got? Some bits here. One of them, and there we go. And a front knuckle thing, front wheel hub, jobber, and then we've got this. Oh, we done all that. Got all that bit. Oh, that's from. I just noticed the bushing. Let's pop that in whilst we notice. Bit pain in the ass looking for that later on. Pads, caliper. Wheel hub, whoops, missed. Wheel hub, and oh yeah, front drive axle, of course. Yeah, you had this problem on the other side, already forgotten. Woo! There we go, and a wheel. That's really good. really good, yeah. Okay. So that's all of that. I think we can probably put it down now and do the rest. Put it down. Out of its, oh for fuck's sake, out of its colourful misery. I was literally, she could have just sidestepped out of the way. Literally could have, but. And we need to put all the engine back together, of course. Oh, we'll need to lift it up again, so we need to put the doodads underneath. We don't need to do that yet, but the crankshaft bearing cap and of course the oil pan need to go back on underneath. Never mind. Oh, I broke the fucking camshaft as well. That's the problem with doing all that fixiness. You should do it. I use the things that need fixing. Engine, camshaft. Just a generic camshaft, is it? No. It is just in a generic camshaft. Why can't I buy one? Or why haven't I seen it? They're all camshaft something, for fuck's sake. Goddamn alphabetizement. Oh, no, that's not where the bolts are. Right. Okay, that's all that. Manifold. Yes. Manifold cover, alright. Oh yeah, and all this timing related parts. So there's an air filter, we can pop that on whilst we're thinking about it. Get rid of these clips out of my inventory. They're my favourite things. There we go. Oh bollocks, I've chewed a clip up as well. Clip A, wasn't it? Clip A. Not to be confused with clip B. Alright, that's that. Timing nonsense. Things like water pumps and alternators and such. All powered by the belts coming off the crankshaft. Belts, so belt and tensioner and belt. Any more idle rollers or anything? No. Okay, that's that all done. New fuel rail, intake manifold, and then the throttle will have to go back on this side. Boop boop. Brake servo. Oh yeah, the brake system is the ABS pumper and the ABS module. Hey, okay, oh, fuel filter. Right, oil filters to go on underneath as well, so there's a few bits to go on underneath. Underneath the arch. Always a bit more of the engine on top as well, but the sparkies or the what do you call it in? That's right, what do you call it? You heard me. Oil pan. Ignition doodads. You know. You know, for kids. Right, so we're almost there. Final few bits, and then they've got maybe got to paint it as well. Probably it's the usual sort of shenanigans. Got the front headlight on and everything. Ignition coils. That's the name of the things I was trying to remember. No ignition wires required. So that, I think, is everything. All those bits. So I just need to fix the body parts. Done. And then spray it. I mean, if I could refuse and still finish the job. I mean, no factory would release a car of this colour. You know, unless it's for a joke or, you know, charity. Some sort of prostate cancer or something, I don't know. Bowel cancer. Good. Anyway, if you have a car that this is the colour and you chose it, I would apologise, except for you need your eyes tested. So 12 grand for that job, look, except for the starter that obviously I've forgotten to put back on because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, at times I remember. Accessible from engine bay. Well, that's where I am. I'm in the engine bay. Still in the engine bay. What the fucking Jesus. I'll stick it on a lifter just for... maybe it'll reset it slightly. Having just painted it, maybe it's confused. There we go. God's teeth. Alright, there's your stupid starter motor. Take away your horrible coloured car and don't bring it back. Numble mutter fucking wants oil in it now, for God's sake. Not made of money. How much oil does this bloody engine want? Okay, just check it with a dipstick. Makes you feel good about yourself because if you follow the little rubric, you can't aim but get it almost dead slap bang on the centre. Right, now will you take your goddamn... Thank you very much for your custom. Please don't come again. Good, well, thank you for watching that. That's another brown edition of Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. And if, like me, the brown colour's a bit too much, you probably need a break now. So take your newspaper and go and enjoy yourself.